this thing really hooking all motor, it's just gonna be a monster.
All right, y'all, we're coming back to YouTube. We're at the track. We're at Bradenton right now. We're at a Run Day Sunday. It's like a bike event, but they're allowing cars to run too, so that's good. You'll notice we don't have the Camaro here. This is my new car. I say new, I've had it a little over a year now. That's JD, 2 Jacks Fast.
If you want to follow me this time, look from behind.
That's it right there.
What's up, YouTube?
I just got the car here, drove the car around the pits a little bit, and water temperature sensor's not reading right, but that's really not that big a deal. We're just checking the tightness on the fitting there. But yeah, this is the new Mustang. So we got a carburetor, small block Ford, no LS, and we're gonna see what it does today. We did a little bit of suspension work in the back, did torque boxes, all that stuff, trying to figure out the shock settings. They're real stiff right now, so we're gonna see what it does. So we're gonna have to think of a name for this thing. My buddy JD here is thinking Grey Goose.
Grey Goose, baby.
I don't know.
I think it's pretty catchy.
Sound good?
Grey Goose? Yeah,
Grey Goose, wrap it like a bottle.
Wrap the whole thing.
Yeah.
It look like a vodka bottle.
Yeah.
Or maybe a big Wonder Bread sticker.
Yeah.
I do love me some Wonder Bread.
It does need paint. It is pretty ugly right now, but it's all right. It's sat outside for like 3 or 4 years.
Hey,
so.
it'll snatch a check right off the trailer in the ass.
We'll go find out. We're gonna see today. All right, guys, we in the lanes. Waiting on lane 2 and 3 to go, and we are 1 and 2. So we're about to get ready to roll up.
It's actually pretty cold out here. I had to change up my whole outfit because I was shivering. And believe it or not, we're gonna go fast.
Yeah, yeah. The air is pretty good here today. It's like 66 degrees or something like that, 67.
Pretty windy.
Decent water grains. About 870 feet, I think, is what the altitude was. So that's pretty good. Better than it usually is. It's usually like over 1,000 feet over here because it's pretty hot in Florida. But we're gonna give it a shot. Let's check it out.
Damn boy, all suited up. Look like he finna go click off at 850. You need to shoot, my friend. They're gonna kick us out. Lock it in, baby. Let's go.
Too stiff. 170, 60 foot, definitely spinning. So we're gonna have to check out the data and see what we got going on. So let's check it out.
From what I seen from that pass, it looked like there was little to no separation on the back suspension. So we got to work on that. Maybe take a view.
All right, so we got a 170, 60 foot. That's our spinning real hard, just spinning. 1077, 135. So we're gonna have to make some adjustments. I'm gonna review the video, and I think I got the rear end a little too tight, so we're gonna check that out and see what we got going on. But made the first pass of the day. First pass blues are done and through. So now we it just started sprinkling, so we got the car pulled up in the trailer here. So we're gonna just chill for a bit, and I'm gonna review the data and see what we got going on. All right, so after that pass, what we're looking at is the front end kind of barely came up. It only had, so the front of the car only had about like an inch of travel before it like just stopped completely, and then the rears lost traction. So what we're gonna do, we're taking the travel limiters off now, and that's gonna give it a little more suspension travel because it only had about an inch of travel. And I took it down to 2,400 RPM instead of 3,000 RPM on the launch. And hopefully that lower RPM allows it to get rolling a little more, just a little more, before it hits the converter and makes it spin the tire. So we're gonna try it out, see what it does. Make a couple small changes like that, and then go back up there, try it again, and then just small changes at a time to try and make this thing work. All right, we're back in the lanes now. Just made a couple changes, and we're ready to go. Just gonna wait on our lane to go.
All right, Carl's getting suited up for his second pass of the day in the Grey Goose. We're hoping this one's gonna be a little bit more successful than the first shakedown. So fingers crossed, everything's gonna go good.
First 9 seconds.
It hooked, didn't it, buddy? It hooked.
She went.
Now give it like 200 more RPM on the lead, because it picked, but it didn't spin. So that's a plus. You ran a 9.
I ran a 9.
Off the trailer and then your ass, bro. Hey, this is fine tuning, so you're getting close. You're gonna creep up on it. We don't want to just go to kill.
That's a good thing. We didn't spin.
How we looking?
148.60 foot.
Solid.
648. So it's already been faster than that, so we know we can go faster.
Oh yeah.
999 with a 3.
Yeah, baby.
36.87 mile an hour. So.
He had to run it out the back door. I knew it. As soon as it didn't spin, you was like, all right, I'm in it.
it gets a little dancy up there at that speed.
It's pretty windy out there, ain't it?
But I got there a lot quicker this time.
Yeah.
So, heck yeah, man.
All right, back to the drawing board. What are we changing now? Let's go faster. I want to go faster, Carl.
We gotta look at the data and we gotta review the video and see what we need to adjust to go a little bit quicker.
Damn right, let's get to it.
All right, we're in the lanes after that 9-second pass. We're gonna try and repeat it and maybe even go a little quicker. All we changed was the launch RPM. It was so low at 2,400 RPM. We raised it up to 3,200 and without the limiting straps up front and everything, if it goes well, it goes well. We should go a little quicker. I'm actually gonna try and hold the shifts a little longer too, because I'm shifting way short, like 6,700 RPM.
We gotta wing it a little.
We're gonna see if we can go like a 970. Spun. I felt that, so 152 60-foot spinning for sure, because I felt the car kind of hop, so it's like it separated and then like lost traction there for a second. I only barely had to get out of the throttle, if any, and then it went right back down. So got out of it at like 1,000 foot, 1033 at 109, so that's definitely out of the throttle. But now we can start figuring out a little more, because I left at 3,200 RPM versus the 2,400 before, so I definitely didn't quite like that. We're gonna check out the video and look at the data, and we're gonna see what we can do.
Hey baby, what'd you think about that spin?
I think we got a little aggressive with it.
We got a little aggressive with it. We try to bite off more than we can chew.
We're gonna have to reevaluate a little bit, see what we can do. 152 60 foot, spinning. 649.8. So if I spin every time, I can go around 650.
Yeah, you could be right on the money.
109 mile an hour.
Did you run it all the way out the back door?
No, I let out at about 1,000 foot. You can see
I gotcha.
there. And went a 1030, coasted to a 1033.
Not bad.
109. So obviously it's 30 mile an hour down. So
yeah, you got out of it.
Yeah, so we're gonna reevaluate and check out the footage, check out the data, and see what we can do different this time, and hopefully go down.
Possibly a bar angle change.
It might just need a bar angle change, really.
Because it's aggressive. It's aggressive on 32. But and it shouldn't be that. It shouldn't want to unload the tire that easy. We got to look on this GoPro to look at how it separated, because my phone turned off.
Yeah, we can check that GoPro out.
And just see how the suspension's actually working.
Yeah.
With that 3,200 RPM.
Yeah.
On a brake.
Yeah.
Well, let's see if we can get another pass. It's already 3 o'clock. I don't know if we get another one.
We'll check the data out real quick. It's 3:08. Lanes close at 3:30. So yeah, we'll check the data out real quick and see what we can change.
Hopefully we got a round robin.
Yeah. So after that last pass, we went ahead and took a look at the suspension. So I had it to where there was probably 2 inches or so of clearance in between the rear end and the anti-roll bar, because the anti-roll bar is above. The anti-roll bar is above the rear end. I went ahead and left it there, and then after driving it through these bumpy pits and roads and everything, the springs settled down a little bit. So it's actually, the car is sitting on the anti-roll bar on the rear end, so it's really stiff right now, and we're just gonna pack it up before we break anything. We can make some changes and then come back out next time. Really good progress today. I made my first 9-second pass ever.
Hell yeah,
Hell
brother.
yeah, buddy. So first 9-second pass ever, 9.99 with a 3, 136 mile an hour. I still think there's another like 3 or 4 mile an hour in this thing too, but we'll get to that next time. So yeah, we're gonna make a couple small changes, nothing too much, maybe one hole up in the lower bar, just a small bar change, and raise the rear of the car like an inch or 2 maybe, and get it up off of the rear end, because those new springs that I put on there are settled down now. So we're gonna pack it up and we're gonna make some changes.
Out of everything, man, you gotta call it a good day of racing when you ain't broke nothing, right?
For real.
So like, you can't complain about this Fox body. He hasn't really like even really got to experience it other than FL2K. So I mean, you're looking at damn near a year that you haven't even got to play with it. You've just been changing stuff. So now you're just trying to find your baseline again.
And I was fighting at FL2K too, just playing with like pulling timing on the launch and changing shock settings. It just wasn't hooking. So,
but it hooked today one time.
Today. Yeah.
And once you raise it up, I'm sure it's gonna really hook once it starts transferring that weight.
Really move out.
But as soon as it bottomed out, man, it would unload that tire.
Yeah.
And it didn't spin bad, but it definitely dropped down in the 60 foot.
Yeah, a couple small changes and we'll be able to get more aggressive on the launch and higher RPM, and hopefully it'll go faster. So.
And please, somebody just like put a comment on there to put a plate system on this thing. Call it a day.
It's a blow-through carburetor. So the carburetor that is on it is an IRD Racing rated R blow-through carburetor. It's not set up for blow-through at the moment. I told John when he set it up, I'm gonna run it NA for probably a couple of years while I get used to the car and get it tuned in, dialed in on motor. And then in the future we can go with a Pro Charger, F2, F1X, something like that. But we're gonna see what it does later on. But for now, we're gonna dial it in on motor, get it running good, hooking. I'm not putting a blower on it before it hooks, right?
Yes, that's probably a good rule of thumb. Maybe get the baseline hooked up, and then as soon as we do get this thing really hooking all motor, it's just gonna be a monster, because now that you got the whole baseline done, it's gonna be like, all right, let's just throw it at the woods, man, and everybody's gonna want to see that.
Yeah. All right, we made it back to the garage in one piece, all good to go. I made my first 9-second pass today, so I've been in the 13s, 12s, 11s, 10s, and 9s now. So I've done a ton of stuff. So
A little bit of it all.
yeah. So we're just gonna make a couple small adjustments. We're gonna do lower control arm is gonna go like up 1 bolt hole. The car has to get raised a couple inches because it's actually sitting on the rear end a little too low, but that's easy. We can raise that up, make that bar change, and then we'll be ready to go back out. Really,
She's pretty stiff.
yeah, it's just sitting on the
She's sitting on the anti-roll bar right now.
She low, tucking tire.
She definitely settled after 4 hard runs.
Yeah, and driving around those pits.
Yeah, the pits probably gave it the most settling.
Don't mind the old Camaro there. It's just being neglected. I gotta wash that thing, clean it up, and put a cover on it so it doesn't get too beat up.
Maybe a for sale sign.
There's
if
a
someone
tree.
don't give me a stick shift for it.
For real. I mean, anyone wants to buy it, you can go ahead and buy it. Make an offer.
Or just sponsor us with a Tremec